Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tennis and a Brew. My handy dandy choice of brew for this evening's show is from the good old fashioned Coronado Brewing Company. Gotta support your local breweries all day, all night. Well, I don't actually drink it all day, all night. That would just be irresponsible, but I'd like to. This time around, we are wrapping up the Aussie Open 2016, which concluded over the weekend. You have Novak Djokovic winning on the men's side. No surprise there. But on the women's side, you have quite a surprise because the 7 seed Angelique Kerber took out Serena Williams to clinch her first ever Grand Slam title and once again deter Serena from reaching that ever so elusive 22nd Grand Slam to tie Steffi Graf. After the Open, we figured she would probably get it together, come Aussie, but this week's episode's a little different as well because over the weekend I took a trip up to San Francisco and I got some footage from the Super Bowl setup that they have up there because they're hosting the Super Bowl. Let me try that one more time. They're hosting the big game because we don't want a lawsuit. Cannot say Super Bowl. You have to say big game or else you'll get sued by the NFL, which you don't want. So the Super Bowl city is what they call it, which is a big setup they have in the middle of San Francisco with all these festivities. It's like a big fair. We are here in Super Bowl City, San Francisco.
It's overrated.
What people don't understand is the real Super Bowl's on tonight between Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray, live from Melbourne. But people don't get that. They think it's between these teams called the Broncos and Panthers. I don't even know what that is. I thought that was an animal. But apparently it's a football team. So people don't understand it. The real Super Bowl's tonight. We all know that. But we are here in Super Bowl City. And you can check it out. It's very city-ish. Not a lot of football going on right now, but a lot of people think there is, I guess. So that's why they're here. We also saw the Bay Bridge lights turn on. Unfortunately, I didn't have this thing rolling at the time. I missed it by about a second, but I saw it with my own eyes, which I know I can't prove, but he said, she said, right? That's just hearsay. Is that the term? Hearsay. Anyway, back to tennis. The final of... Well, actually, no. Let's talk about the men's semifinal, first of all, between Djokovic and Federer. The first 2 sets of that match could quite possibly be the most dominating 2 sets of tennis ever played in a Grand Slam tournament. Let that sink in for a moment. The thing was, Djokovic went out there and he just absolutely steamrolled Federer in those first 2 sets. It was 6-1, 6-2, which never happens that late in a Grand Slam, really against anyone, but especially not Federer. Federer won the 3rd set, and a lot of that can be attributed to Djokovic's level dropping quite a bit. But even having said that, Federer didn't play terribly. Yeah, he still played at a very high level. It's just Djokovic was that dominant. Unreal stuff. Unreal. So, it's not shocking that he won the whole thing against Andy Murray. What is a bit surprising is that it only took him 3 sets, including, another 6-1 opening set. I mean, the guy's just on a different level right now. There used to be the big 4, and now it's down to the big 1. But on the women's side, it's crazy for a different reason. You had Serena Williams stunned, upset, however you want to put it. There really wasn't any precedent for what happened. She came out swinging, and you have to give her credit for that. She played the kind of game that you need to beat Serena Williams, and quite frankly, to beat Novak Djokovic too. You saw Jill Simone play a little bit like Kerber played when he played Novak. She played a little bit like Jill Simone against Serena. In the first set, at least, Serena had many chances, a multitude of unforced errors. I mean, she just point blank missed shots that she never does. So I felt like she should have won that first set. Even after the second set, when Serena did come back and win that set, you're thinking, oh, she's gonna roll her in the 3rd set. It'll be like a Sharapova match, 6-1, 6-0, 6-2, something like that. But on the contrary, Kerber came out in that 3rd set and she looked like a woman possessed, and I mean that in the best way possible. Hitting it deep in the court, moving Serena. Movement it's so elementary, and Kerber did that to perfection. There was so much variety. Kerber was making her drop shots. She was mixing up the spins. Hitting a hard topspin backhand to Serena, followed by a drop shot or a shot with lesser pace. Really, like I said, playing the Jill Simone kind of game. And she remained mentally strong in that third set. I thought that was the big difference. And things would have been different, I think, if Serena had been able to get a stranglehold on the first set, because she had the opportunities to do it. Once again, just couldn't get it done. Congrats to Angelique Kerber. She played great tennis, as I cry about Serena. Now, in terms of surprise players, on the women's side, I think it's a no-brainer. You got to go with the lady we've been talking about. It's Angelique Kerber. Because, let's face it, nobody had her in the final, let alone winning against Serena Williams, of all people. On the men's, that's a very difficult question. I've thought long and hard about it. That's what she said. I'm going to have to go with Milos Raonic. I think it was a big confidence boost for Milos in beating Stan, because Stan's a former champion of that tournament. Stan had been playing great tennis leading into that match, and he was really my dark horse to win the whole tournament. I thought that he could make the final and contend with Novak and try to possibly get a third slam under his belt. But Milos just played very dominantly. We're at a point now in tennis where we have all these guys in their 30s or in their late 20s, so we want to see that next generation start to rise up. Milos has been at the top of that list for a very long time now. It's good to see him play such an incredible tournament, really. It was a great 2 weeks, another great Australian Open. Again, I'm so blessed to have been able to go for the first week and experience it up close and personal. The next big tournament is Indian Wells, which I will of course attend because it's right down the road, a couple hours, and I will definitely bring this thing and get plenty of enticing game and practice footage, but more about that later. Without further ado, here is my bold statement. Serena Williams, Paris, French Open title, number 22, tying Steffi Graf. Peace, I'm out.